So I failed the March no buy. Let's talk about it. I did all right till about halfway through. Spent more money than I cared to, though I have to say it wasn't a total failure. I still saved money. I saved more money than February, which is nice. But I did fail on the no buy portion. As I go through and look at it, I had gas. Fine. I gotta put gas in your car. Fine. I had the utilities, internet. None of those really count against it. I had something I had to buy for work, for travel. I had to buy a new suitcase. So that was an unexpected thing, but I do actually need it. So it is kind of a trade off there. Bought some stuff at grocery stores that I wasn't on the list, which was a problem. That's one of the things I learned from this. Right. And I had out too much. And that's really where most of it comes from. So, what did I learn from it? Even though I failed, what did I pick up from this? Well, I learned I buy too many things on impulse. That's really the main thing. That's where a lot of this stuff came from. And that comes in a couple places. The main one was from email advertising. And the easy solution to that is to go through and unsubscribe from things. So as things have been coming in, I've been going in and unsubscribing. The other one was impulse purchases in the grocery store, which wasn't quite as much as, which, while not a huge amount of money, was still something I noticed as I was going through and looking at what I bought. And because I was doing the no buy, I had the awareness of it to go, oh, okay, I shouldn't have bought that. That was, in fact, an impulse purchase at the store. That one I don't have a good solution for. I've tried not going shopping hungry, eat before you go, and I still end up picking up stuff. Most of the time it's snacks. I've tried, okay, I bought that snack, I'm not going to eat it. It's going to be there at home, and I'm going to keep it even though I don't really want it anymore, and that way I don't buy another one, and that didn't help either. Some stuff I just threw out because, okay, I'm not going to eat it. I'm not going to force myself to eat it. Like I bought some potato chips that I felt sick after eating, so I just threw them out. And I'm not going to force myself to eat something just because I spent money on it. And I'm not sure what else to do about the grocery store other than I'm going to try to do like one of those app, where you scan as you go. Try going to like Sam's Club for that and trying it that way. See if that helps better. Because then I can see stuff tallied up as I'm going through and makes it easier to set a budget for things. So I can pre-plan what I'm going to buy and stick to that budget. That might help. The third thing was I eat too much fast food. Now some of my eating out was, meals. I had budgeted for 5 meals out with friends, but I did exceed that. And some of that was cost of restaurants has gone up. So maybe I needed to have budgeted a bit more money for that. But also I eat out a lot. It's just, it's not like 5 meals. Oh, and they were all more expensive. There's more entries in here than that. A lot of it was also desserts. I do have a sweet tooth, which I kind of knew about, but I probably need to just kick desserts entirely for a little while. But a lot of it was the impulse purchases. And I did save more money than I did last month, and that was with buying a new suitcase, which was not a pleasant experience. Nothing wrong with the suitcase or anything, but going through and trying to find one that would work on most planes. So it doesn't just work for like one trip, but it works for multiple trips. Which one has a good warranty? Which one's going to last a while? Which one has a warranty with a company that seems like it's going to be around for a while too? Doesn't matter how good the warranty is if the company goes out of business. And which one's going to last for a long time and fit multiple trips. I don't want to buy an expensive item just to use it for one trip and not be able to use it on other trips. So I think I picked a good one. I don't have a review or anything on it because I haven't actually used it yet. So we'll see. The unfortunate thing is most of them have policies where once you've used it once, you can't return it, which is sensible, but also annoying in case it turns out you hate it. So there was that. I think it's useful to do, even if you don't succeed, because it makes you think about where you're spending your money. It makes you consider the purchases you're making, maybe not before you make them. Obviously, that'd be ideal, but, maybe not then, but you do at least consider them when you're making after the fact. You do at least consider what you bought and how it's being used because you're thinking about the money involved, right? Because everything you buy is not just money, it's also your time. So if it takes you an hour to go buy something, you've got to tack that on to the price, right? Just the other day, I went to 3 different grocery stores looking for egg whites. I guess with the egg shortage, everybody was out of them. And that was a big hassle and very inconvenient. So if I look at the time involved in that, they would have been incredibly expensive if the last store I'd gone to had them. And that's one of the other things is, as things get more expensive, you gotta be more careful on what you buy, more choosy on what you buy, and you've got to also, deal with the fact that you have to find substitutes for things, or there might not be something in the store, right? Eggs is a pretty common one. You see that on online discourse a lot, but I guess it's affecting egg whites this week because none of the major retailers, Walmart, Target, Kroger, Sam's Club, had any egg whites, which is a shame. So I'm eating a lot more yogurt this week. That's my alternate for breakfast. But overall, the no buy was good. It made me think more about what I'm spending. I did save more money than I did last month, which means I spent less money than I did last month, even with buying a suitcase. If I hadn't had to buy that suitcase, my savings would have been a lot higher. A couple $100 higher, because suitcases are unfortunately expensive. Yeah. So overall, failure. But I did learn something from it, so I don't view it as a total failure. I think it was useful to do. I will probably do another one later in the year to see how things go. I could do one next month, but I think taking a month or two where see if my spending goes back to where it was, if I'm spending more again. Overall, I think it was useful, even though I did fail at it. I learned where I spend stuff, impulse purchases. I do fall prey to marketing. Of course it works. If it didn't work, they wouldn't do it. And so those are the big ones. And there's ways to get around that, right? Remove the advertising from what you see. That helps a lot. Find better ways to budget for going to stores. That's one I still have to work on. And then, eat out a bit less. The convenience of it is what kind of gets me most of the time. Not having to cook, if I'm hungry and, we all know how it is here. You get tired and hungry and go, okay, well, I'll just grab something. And that's more expensive than eating at home. So better meal prep would be very helpful. So anyway, that's all I have for this week. I will catch you next week with another video. Don't forget to like and subscribe.